stuff you care about. We are pre-taped. It's actually December 17th right now for us. So
It's not.
it's a new year. Same old us. Sorry. Not everything changes. But I hope you had a happy holiday because the prompter says it do.
You're Kevin Pereira, right?
I am Kevin Pereira. Yeah. Last I checked, this is 2012 Candace Bailey.
Yeah, this is 2012 Candace Bailey.
Watch out, gentlemen. 2012 Bailey is
So different.
I hope.
We're coming to you live from the G4 studios in Los Angeles.
All right, on the old show today, Napoleon Dynamite himself, John Heater, will be here live to talk about the new animated series based on his cult film. And then Jessica Chobot proves that there's a bright spot on our bleak unemployment landscape with rad jobs. This week, she learns how to get paid to wreck trucks. So there's that.
Plus, Chris Gore reviews new flicks, including the outbreak disaster movie Contagion. On TV Tuesday. Excuse me.
That's all right. I like the germaphobes that we have in the studio, though. Oh, my God.
Ah!
Disease. Speaking of outbreaks and contagions, how was your New Year's?
It was interesting. I did a lot of people watching. I went out with
people watching.
I went out
Who were
with
these
my
people?
brother and some family, friends, whatever, and I went to this random place in Hollywood that I had never been to before, and it was the most bizarre room, and it was free food and drink.
Did they hook you up to a meter to audit you, or what did they do?
No, it was
Did they
just
check your thetans?
It was like this really big room, and then it was a couple people here and a couple people here, and a DJ who was really loud and annoying.
All right, we got the layout now. Now I'm picturing it.
But
Tell me who was in this
okay,
room.
Okay, so there was a bunch of people on the dance floor,
Love
and
it.
there's this thicker girl
What?
in a really short dress
Okay.
doing splits all night.
Oh, yeah.
And-
Loving the visual.
And then there's another girl who was so drunk, she was just falling all over the place, everywhere. She was like falling down, had no underwear on, pushing her friend down.
Are you going to always speak in the third person in 2012? Is this like a new thing for you? Oh, this other girl. But I was half following your tweets because I was pretty plastered.
Yes.
But if something happened, there was blood all over the floor.
Yes, well,
This wasn't from the splits, lady.
no, we thought it was. We thought it was from her. But it turns out it was from the other girl I was talking about. She was like, she tried to get in a fight with one of my friends. She got kicked out. Then she came back in and she fell again on the floor. But this time, I don't even know what happened. There was just blood all over the floor. Her leg or ankle or something was like all bloody and being gauzed up. And then at the end of the night, she was in an ambulance. It was
Happy
crazy.
New Year to that
Hey, what about yours? How was yours?
lady! There's nothing really exciting to report
I'm
about mine.
so sure. I saw some of your tweets.
I was at a club in New York. There were transvestite midgets having sex on stage. It was no big deal. It's not a big deal. A woman did a glow stick trick though, where she swallowed a teeny tiny one.
She
and
swallowed
then,
it?
like put it in her mouth, right? I don't know if she actually swallowed it because your attention then goes to another orifice where a much larger glow stick came out and flopped onto the stage. And I thought, that's a show.
Wait,
Thank you.
Was this a front or a back? A front or a back?
Hard to tell from the angle I was at,
Oh.
but
Was there
either
anything
way,
on it?
it was impressive.
Was there anything on
Yeah.
it?
In cursive, it said the aristocrats. It did not. It did not. That was the 2 o'clock show, and they got weirder as the night went on. So
Where
Happy
were
New Year to me.
you?
I don't want to say the name of the club because I feel disgusting. But Sarah,
Hey, Sarah! Wow.
unrelated to glow sticks, how was your New Year's Eve?
Not nearly as eventful as your two. Oh my goodness.
What did you
What did you
Glad I
do?
didn't go out with you that night.
Why? It was really fun.
I don't know.
I had a great time.
I'm sure you did.
Good
but
people. I was not that girl,
I
Kevin.
got it. But
Who's not me?
what did you end up doing?
I didn't do anything. I stayed home. I made spaghetti, the only thing I know how to cook. I played video games, watched the ball drop, watched that stupid stunt. Did anybody stay home and watch that stunt?
What was
What
the stunt?
stunt?
The glow stick one was
the
awesome.
the snowmobiler, and a bike jumping at the same time, like 400 feet.
Where?
No.
Where was
It
this?
was on TV and it was stupid. It was an hour waiting for these people to do this stunt. Such a waste of time. Anyway,
I really wish you'd just lie to us all and say something more exciting than
that
spaghetti
was
and
it.
video games.
That was it.
Jumped out of an
That's
airplane?
pretty lame. No.
Okay.
No, no thanks. But I can tell you about the food. That's
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's
Well, that-
really
That'd be
exciting.
10 kinds of amazing.
Yeah. Today in the feed, Bane gets an audio upgrade. Marvel Comics hire lawyers to prove mutants aren't human.
What?
And scientists discovered the world's first hybrid shark.
Whoa!
I know. I'll tell you all about it in the feed.
Amazing.
Can't wait. Thanks, Sarah.
Those diesel sharks were just a bane on our
The
environment.
hybrid ones. Time now to run down the top 5 things on the web.
We are going around the net 2012. It's a new year, a new day, a new dawn. So it's time for all sorts of half-assed attempts to improve our sorry lives. We're all gonna do it.
Some of us will go to the gym more, eat healthier foods,
Right.
maybe do some traveling.
Others will just settle for enjoying dance pop hits. Like what, you ask?
Like what?
Well, like Katy Perry's TGIF, of course. You know what that reminded me of? Because I'm gonna tell. No.
Okay,
Candace,
Kevin,
Candace.
standards and practices says you cannot finish that sentence, Kevin.
Well, standards and practices can't control my psychic powers, can they?
Kevin, what do you mean?
So let me focus. Let me focus. You got it?
I don't know that I got that right.
It's disgusting.
Ew. Don Cherry is a famous Canadian hockey broadcaster, which is why we had no idea who he was when he showed up on the internet.
That's true. Yeah, you lost me at famous Canadian. But thankfully, you don't need to know anything about Canadian slapstick to enjoy this re-edit, which imagines the broadcaster with a piano desk to match his hyperactive hands.
Come on, smarten up.
What do you think of Randy
You're not going to get
Cunningworth?
your Emmy this year. Randy Cunningworth was one of the guys, many great coaches in Rochester Americans that won Coach of the Year, and I hope he has success like most of them that did. Let's be honest. If they ever got in the playoffs, our ratings would go wacko. And when I see a team that has 3 years in a row is the worst team killing penalties, there's something wrong somewhere. I don't think I'm this important. Either I'm killing the kid, telling him to come up, or they're stupid. What do you think?
Well, I do
What do you
think you
think
were
they're
right about
doing?
Roberto Lombardo. He was good.
That is so good.
I want a piano desk.
I know. I love the slide. That's the best part. Well,
So
no,
great.
Piano desk has been done before. Why don't
Yes.
give him something new, like something fun to edit. Give him like an invisible slide whistle or something like that.
Slide whistle?
Yeah, you know, the little slide whistle.
Just like this and this?
Yeah, you just play, but play it to the side so they can. Yeah, there we go. And they can put in sound effects. I'm sure they'll be very tasteful with all their edits. I'm sure.
I'm sure they will.
You want to give them a clarinet or a tuba
No,
or a trombone?
good.
You sure?
I'm good.
Okay. And number 3 today. Some people lament the decline of the American educational system. Some are very sad about it. It happens.
But it turns out students in the UK are still learning something useful.
So, look at the situation. We've got a Coke. Such a Pepsi. We've also got a, what is this? Drench.
Lined up.
And then, we reckon, we hit A3. Boosh. It's gonna do it.
Hooray! Cheap diabetes! Meanwhile, in India, 3rd graders are doing advanced calculus. Keep that in mind. You know.
Yeah, but I bet they don't have Pepsi Max. Boom!
You just told all those Indian 3rd graders.
I did.
Yeah.
What?
How big do you feel right now?
Huge.
All right. Good for you.
Today's number 2 is the return of 1 Minute Galactica with his first reimagination from Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, I don't know how long it's been since you guys saw Jedi. For me, it was minutes ago. I watch it the whole
Every day,
trilogy
right?
every day when I'm getting ready, making my cereal.
Yeah.
But just to be clear, here's a clip from the movie, and it has been edited ever so slightly.
better. Sicker I become.
Most unfortunate.
You be more careful.
Dutch oven.
Don't do that.
I'm sensing a great disturbance in the force and an even greater disturbance in the depends.
Many Bothans died when they smelled Yoda's farts.
Pew pew on the comedy lasers. And I thought Yoda smelled bad.
And that's a wrap on this week's Mos Eisley Open Mic. Don't forget to tip your waitress. And still ahead, America's greatest flightless bird, the truck. It's a gravity-defying #1 ATN. Up next.
Says America like a pickup truck flying through the air.
Don't it? So please remove your trucker caps and place your fat hands over your clogged arteries for today's #1 video.
Here he comes.
Well, at least someone in America does. You know what I mean? I guess that's space related.
It is.
That's as close as we're going to get to a shuttle launch in years. So let's just appreciate it for what we have. I want to hate that and everything involved in that video.
It's great,
but I
though.
can't. It was
it's
good.
It's really high.
That is true. That was one of the tags on the video on YouTube. Yeah, expertly described. To get your daily viral fix and to check out all the viral videos we have to offer, go to g4tv.com/. It's the same URL. Hey, while we were gone, we left our answering machine running, the old tape one, so you could tell us your best New Year's resolutions. That was fun.
You guys are really ambitious and dirty. Here are the ones we can air.
My New Year's resolution is to, like, get a horse and an eagle and, like, breed them together to make a flock of Pegasus or Pegasi. Wait, what is it called? Okay, so my New Year's resolution is to figure out what the plural of Pegasus is called.
You guys took off a week, huh? What a bunch of bull.
Hi, I'm Dave Cedar, and my New Year's resolution is 1680 by 1050.
Nothing but bull, more bull. All you guys do is talk about bull. Why don't you grow up and grow some nards?
I'm gonna have sex with Oprah.
I'm gonna try not to get so drunk when I go to court.
Hi, my wife and I only have one New Year's resolution this year, and that's to go to San Diego Comic-Con. And we want to get involved in everything. We want to go to panel discussions. We want to buy swag. We want to get autographs. And we definitely want to get into the cosplay, which is going to be a really unusual thing considering that we're both in our 40s and I weigh about 350 pounds. We have no other goal, and if we reach that, that will definitely be a top thing on our bucket list for 2012.
Hey, my New Year resolution is, what year is it? I guess it's to quit smoking so much weed. Anyway, enjoy the new year. And go yourself.
Thanks for sending those in. And now it is time to welcome the first new DVDs of 2012. Here's hoping they don't suck. Good to see you.
Right.
Welcome back, Film expert Chris Gore.
Thank you.
Happy 2012 to you.
That was good. Like it says, nobody asked me about my New Year's Eve, but you don't want to know.
Is it really
Trust
that much
me,
worse?
You don't want to know. I'm still in recovery.
Okay. I
Pretty
don't
good.
want to know. I don't want to know.
Yes, you don't.
What's up first?
First, we have Contagion.
Now, did you think this film captured what a virus outbreak would really be like?
Yeah, first of all, I mean, what's great about it is that they do take a realistic approach. So you see the breakdown of social services. There's no police, there's no garbage pickup, no pizza delivery. Everything's gone wrong. Society's breaking down.
Everything.
Yeah, and it's frightening. I mean, it's really frightening in its banality. I mean, it's like boring. And also, the funniest film Dimitri Martin has ever been in. What? That's true. Dimitri Martin is part of the cast.
Okay, well, they do have quite an all-star cast.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. Kate Winslet, Bryan Cranston, just an amazing group of actors.
You know, I thought I was going to hate this film because I thought everybody was going to die and I was going to get invested in the characters, but I really didn't mind that they died, which kind of worried me and made me wonder if I've been on this show for too long.
Well, for me, it's this movie's like a commercial for hand sanitizer, which I always carry in my pocket. I always have hand sanitizer.
Oh, look at that. We
Never
usually
not.
have some back here. So what's the bottom line?
Bottom line is, it's Rent.
I agree.
Solid Rent.
I agree. Yes, first one.
It's very scary.
All right, what's our next DVD?
Apollo 18.
Okay, now we've seen a lot of films that have mimicked the Blair Witch format, but this one is the first set in space.
No, when I heard about this film, I thought, this is a great idea. I mean, I love anything involving NASA. And what's cool is they do this fake moon launch, right? Apollo 18, and they find, what are there? Maybe creatures on the moon. The thing that made this movie just impossible to watch, it's so disjointed. The thing people complain about with Blair Witch is the camera was shaky. In this, the camera cuts every 5 seconds. It'd be like cutting between these
Did you
three
want to
cameras.
throw up?
It was, after a while, I couldn't keep track of the characters, what was going on. It just was, and I wanted to like it. I was like sold, like, oh, this is gonna be great. The story just became convoluted. And it was just not it just wasn't scary after a while.
So bottom line?
Bottom line is, I'm sorry, it's a pass, folks.
That's okay.
Pass on Apollo 18.
That's all right. I'd say pass.
Wanted to love it.
All right,
Yeah.
what else do you have to check out?
Don't be afraid of the dark.
Okay, horror films like this tend to annoy me. If there is a monster in the basement, then why is a kid gonna go down there and check it out?
Well,
Like
first
if
of all,
something's yelling her name, I would run in the opposite direction.
well, I agree with you. It is kind of a movie cliche to have a kid say, there's a monster, and the parents say, there's no monster. But let's face it, kids are big liars. So I find that to be kind of realistic. But I think that this was great. I mean, Guillermo del Toro, who worked on it as a producer, also a writer on it, he fell in love with the original Don't Be Afraid of the Dark, which I also happen to love.
Oh, I didn't know there was an original.
There's an original from the 70s, and it's scary. It's frightening. Not so much now, but I love that there's, in the film, they actually kind of have a nod to it with 70s turtleneck that Katie Holmes wears and a Polaroid camera that no one would have now. But I think you could basically beat the creatures in this movie if you just had one of those flashlight apps you could download.
You could.
I've got the flashlight app. You're not gonna kill me, monsters. I think we're good. I think we're good. I'll be leaving the basement. Thank you very much. But thankfully, they avoid modern technology, and it's really frightening. I fell in love with this movie.
You did?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, bottom line?
I'm like, not enough extras on it, so unfortunately, it's a Rent. It's a Rent is good. A Rent is a recommendation.
Okay.
You'll like, and the little girl is amazing in the movie.
She is. She's really good.
Yeah.
Okay, now we have time for a quick pick.
Oh, goody. One of my favorites. You should be watching this show, Archer. It's fantastic, and the Blu-ray, it's so good on Blu-ray. It just looks awesome.
All right, thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
For more Gore, check out his Podcrash podcast on iTunes. And now let's head over to, what's his name?
It's Kevin. It's
Oh,
Kevin.
Kevin,
Yeah.
that's right,
Good to
that's
see you, Chris. Still ahead, Jessica Chobot goes off-roading in rad jobs. Woo! And later, Mr. Napoleon Dynamite John Heater will be here live.
What happens next?
It's parkour time. So what happens next? Does she smash her face on the rail? Does she clear the gap? Or does she jump too far and miss her landing? Find out when we return.
Oh, a boot?
Almost got hit by that boot.
A crazy. Oh my gosh! A blow-up doll.
I'm actually totally okay with that one.
What happens next?
It's parkour time. So what happens next? Does she smash her face on the rail? Does she clear the gap? Or does she jump too far and miss her landing? Oh. That is not how she wanted to start the new year. I'm guessing. Do we need like a Jaws of life? We have a medical emergency.
Oh, just wear it
Candace's
up here.
bracelet slipped all the way up her arm.
I'll just wear it here for now. Hey, look at that. It looks like I'm back in high school.
What? You wore
No,
armlets?
remember like the little fake tattoo things? Yeah.
Oh,
No,
yeah, no,
Sarah
I mean-
remembers.
Yeah.
Sarah remembers. Okay, well, we're just gonna have to wear it for now right here until I
What are we
can fly
gonna
it
do?
off.
All right, fine. Oh, the excitement during commercial breaks here, man.
Let's look at some tweets.
If that slips down to your ankle, then I'll be impressed. Yeah, let's do it. Motor MZ says, I don't know how you trick Candace Bailey 5 into these funny hand-mouth gestures. The real trick is just how talented you are. You're such a physical comedian, you make any gesture funny.
You think so?
That's what's great. Show them like, she does a great cocktail waitress. Show them how you mix up 2 margaritas at the same time. That's so good. So good. And then show them.
Did it again!
That was pretty obvious, right? I could have said playing Yahtzee with the kids, you know. Oh, keep the 6s.
Is that all we're doing, or are we doing one more?
Huh? Do we want to do another?
Sure. Gamer
Okay, what
Guy
do you got?
187. Do you guys have any resolutions? Are they already broken? Did you make any resolutions?
I didn't know. I mean, I'm here, so clearly. Same old, same old. No, I don't believe in resolutions. I think
You don't?
I think if something's wrong, try to fix it immediately. Don't wait for a date to start it.
Oh.
I never actually accomplished fixing anything that's wrong with myself or my life, but that's my thought process
I
on it.
try
What
to
about you?
do a bunch of resolutions. That way, if one sticks, then I'm like, yay, I did
You
it!
got the shotgun approach to it?
Yeah, I'm
well, what do you
trying-
got?
I'm learning to cook because
Okay.
I never was a
Yeah,
cook.
that won't stick. What else you got?
No, I'm trying to cook at least once a week. That's
Okay.
all I care about.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
Stop it!
I'm just being honest.
I got cookbooks.
Okay.
I got cookbooks, y'all. I'm trying to exercise. So that's a
Are you
step.
gonna boil the paper? Because that's about as far as you're gonna get.
I got cookbooks and a crock pot.
All right, so you're gonna slow boil the papers.
That
got
doesn't
it.
matter.
What else you got?
I'm gonna exercise. I'm
Okay.
gonna try to eat a little bit
You were
healthier
already
sometimes.
exercising, though.
Shut up! If you want to be a part of the show and end up on our Twitter, well, tweet us at AOTS or use the hashtag
Just saying, it's supposed to be something new. Hey,
No, what's
2012
something
is
new?
here. We're alive, everybody. Let's be happy about that. The Mayan threat is over.
But Sarah Underwood has news of more dangers.
What?
Everyone panic! Because it's time to start the feed!
All the news you need to know.
It's Tuesday, January 3rd, and here are your top stories. If you've seen any footage of The Dark Knight Rises, you might have noticed that Bane sounds like he's talking into a pillow. But it looks like the studio is making a last-minute fix. Collider is saying that due to fanboy outcry, Warner Brothers has already started sending out a new sound mix for the 6-minute IMAX prologue attached to MI4, and Bane's voice is now easier to understand. They haven't made major alterations to his voice, but instead tweaked the background audio to enhance Bane's clarity. And presumably things will be all polished up come its July 20th release, or at least we hope so. Now, Marvel's lawyers are currently in court fighting to...
breaking news! Breaking news!
I got it off! I got it off!
She got it off her arm!
Really?
That's what's going on over here. I'm sorry. Could you restart the feed? We missed the top story. My bad.
No.
Okay.
We'll start from here. Now, Marvel's lawyers are currently in court fighting to distinguish humans from mutants. For real, yeah. The The comic book company Suits are actually trying to make the distinction in order to wiggle past taxes on their action figures. Why? Well, legally speaking, dolls, which resemble humans, are taxed at a much higher rate than toys, which are non-human playthings. Yeah. So Marvel is trying to argue that their mutant toys aren't human and should therefore be taxed at the lower rate. Yeah, whatever.
Oh my God, that story.
I know.
That was crazy talk.
What were you guys doing?
Nothing. Not talking about ghosts.
Anyways, Professor X is not happy about this.
Oh.
Shut up, nuts.
He's
Shut
not
up.
X.
Scientists in Australia have just discovered the world's first hybrid shark. Yeah. The unprecedented discovery is an Australian blacktip shark mixed with the common blacktip, and researchers say it's evidence of the predator adapting to climate change and changing sea temperatures. This means the shark can now ensure its survival by traveling to waters that it previously could not. A University of Queensland professor said, quote, "This is evolution in action, guys. Chalk one up for science." Yeah. Oh, and hey, come here. Yeah, come closer. Did you hear that Netflix is coming out with a bunch of original programming? Yes, they are. Beyond House of Cards and the 10-episode Arrested Development reunion, they've got Lilyhammer, starring The Sopranos' very own Steven Van Zandt.
What?
Here's a first look.
I'm gonna give you the sucker. But I got some demands. I'm thinking Lilyhammer.
You give us Aldo DeLucci, and we'll send you to the North Pole.
Why the do you want to go there?
Didn't you see the Olympics in '94? Clean air, fresh white snow, gorgeous broads. It was beautiful.
You must be the new neighbor?
Giovanni Hankinson. Oh, you're in the Postal Service.
I'm chief of police.
Okay. Take care of whoever you gotta take care of. The new beginnings.
The new beginnings.
Lunch is on.
Wow.
That's okay.
Lilyhammer arrives exclusively on Netflix Instant on February 6th. And finally, Guinness just came out with the new gamer edition of the Book of World Records. Yeah. The video game Bible features every record imaginable, from the much coveted top score on Donkey Kong to the most valuable Kinect sensor, a $1,200 version of the device that's encrusted with 6,000 Swarovski crystals. And you can, yeah, that's cool. You're not a girl, you wouldn't understand.
I don't. What girl thinks a Kinect is cool in general, let alone?
It has Swarovski crystals.
Got it. I see it.
Hello.
Lady Logic.
You can pick up a copy today for about $15. This is actually really cool. Look at all these pictures. Not just words. How boring would that be? I'm Sarah Underwood. You've just been fed. Now, if you excuse me, I have some reading and picture looking at you.
Thank you, Sarah Underwood.
I believe that getting paid to drive like a crazy person would be a pretty rad job.
I agree too.
Watch this. Oh, that's right. I'm getting dirty. Racing trucks. I'm part of the team.
Brian Deegan was one of the founding fathers of freestyle motocross and a member of the infamous Metal Militia. But now he's taken his two-wheel expertise to four wheels as the #1 seeded rookie in the Lucas Oil Off-Road Racing Series. You want to talk about a rad job? Try racing some of these badass trucks. So how did you get involved in all of this?
Well, truck racing is something that came to me through Rockstar Energy Drink. They gave me a spot on a truck racing team a few years back. My whole life and career has been about freestyle motocross, supercross. You know, after breaking a lot of bones, losing some organs, and near-death experiences, as I needed to do something safer.
Now, if I wanted to kind of get involved in this and I was just starting out, what's some advice that you would give me?
Geez, if you wanted to start this, which honestly, a lot of people just come into the sport and race, and they start on a smaller truck, you know, like super light program to arrive and drive. You just show up with your suit and helmet and get in the truck, and they show you how to race, and you pay the rental fee, and that's a good starting point.
I don't suppose maybe we could get a tour of the truck.
This is a Pro 2. They call it that because it's a V8, two-wheel drive, 900 horsepower, 20 inches of suspension travel, and it really comes down to throttle control because there's really too much power for the wheels that are on it, so it's really a lot of drifting.
In a perfect world, I am ridiculously great at this. Roughly what would I be making?
This sport, you probably spend about, 7 figures to race a year. Top guys 6 figures, maybe 7 figures, but my deal's through endorsements and Metal Mulisha clothing and all the other businesses that I've spawned from being an athlete. You can't always just expect a payout from the venue, It's about being creative and building your own brand.
All right, guys, so this is what Brian taught me. We've got our transmission over here. It's an automatic transmission, so you just shift it back and forth for normal. We've got our gauge cluster right here. Tells you everything that's going on with the car. We normally would have a steering wheel right here. That would be beneficial. Roll cages, padding. Looking around, it's pretty claustrophobic. Brian and his crew are in full-on race mode, and if things go according to plan, he'll be coming home with a trophy and a big, fat check.
The field is set, the flag is up, and we're going green!
Dude, this is awesome! He is so incredibly smart on taking his turns and knowing when to cut people off and when to take it wide so he can sweep around and then catch up to our speed. I freaking love this! Being that it was the final race of the season, the competition was fierce. With multiple crashes and close calls, it was anyone's race going into the final lap. Although Brian didn't win the race, he did take home the Lucas Oil Off-Road Championship crown. Dude, what do you have to say to the haters?
You know what? I don't know if there is any. I guess what? It's all I can say is Mulisha's on top once again. It was a battle all the way to the end, baby.
Dude, how much do you love your job?
My job's pretty sick, so I'd have to say it's better than a 9-to-5, so we're good.
So Brian Deegan may have one of the sickest jobs ever. He taught me that with skills, a lightning-fast car, and the desire to cheat death around every turn, you too can become a successful race driver. Brian Deegan, rad job? Totally.
Awesome. Thank you, Jessica.
It's a new year, and that means an all-new season of Campus PD.
Oh my God! It starts tonight at 10 p.m. And the more things change, the more things stay the same. Drunk people continue to punch other drunk people until the cops show up, but it's new, so there's that.
Go to getglue.com to pick up your Campus PD premiere sticker. Ooh. Stay tuned. Napoleon Dynamite's John Heater will be here live.
There he is, but that's not live. That's animated, so it's definitely not live. But you'll see, he'll be here live. My next guest never gets tired of being asked to say, gosh. It's terrible.
That piece looks good.
Kip, quit hogging all the good breast meat.
Napoleon, I already called this baby.
You better not eat that breast, Kip.
Try and stop me, Napoleon.
You do, you die.
What?
You do, you die. I'm sick of you always taking my stuff, Kip.
Name 3 times in chronological order.
Okay. Where?
Here's my list. You look tired, Santa. Take a break.
Thanks. Wait, Santa!
Scram. Santa will be back next year.
welcome, sir.
Thank you.
7 years.
Yeah.
7 years. You've been putting up with other people doing impersonations of your character.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
I did not.
What was that, gouache?
It was, yeah,
It was like
gosh.
the Jewish way of saying
It was really
That
bad.
was
Yeah.
weird.
I was channeling my mother. She's not even Jewish. I don't even know. I'm sorry, but is that what it's been for the last 7 years for you?
Yes, has been finally. No, it's been good. It's like, you know, you're always hearing these lines and they want you to say it, and I'm like, no, you say it, go ahead, and then they start rattling off all the lines.
Right.
And
And
I
you're
have
like,
to
oh,
correct
I'm
them.
sorry I asked.
I have
Please
to correct
stop.
them, 'cause-
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
You get
because they're like, what's my favorite? It's like, like, give me your tots. I'm like, I don't think once in the movie I say, give me your tots, you know?
I was like, oh, no,
it's a bully kid.
That
you know?
just
It's a
triggered my
bully kid.
memory, though. I was like, I remember when you said that. Oh,
Yeah,
crap,
they're
you
just-
didn't, did you?
Oh, I screwed up. I'm an idiot. No, it's all good.
The animated version, though, I mean, obviously doing some of those gags, physical, like practical, doesn't make any sense, budget-wise or time-wise.
Yeah.
To launch you out of the Gravitron would be a hilarious visual.
Exactly.
That'd be
yeah.
a little rough.
Well, you know, we had Zemeckis attached for the first season, so we did a little bit of motion capture,
Right.
but it's way too expensive.
Did Spielberg let you borrow his 3D cameras?
Yeah,
for
yeah. And then we had the Avatar cameras where it was like we were walking around in the virtual world.
Yeah, the 3D tots were floating.
It was like
out.
virtual Preston, Idaho. It's almost as good as Pandora.
I think 3D Tina would be amazing to see, prancing through the Pandora wilderness. But do you like, is animation more freeing now because you can do those sort of
It
gags?
is. It is freeing, and at the same time, it's like, if I want to dance, you know, if I want to, I can still dance in the booth. Actually, I can do anything I want in the booth.
Right.
But you don't really see it. But yeah, no, it's great because we get to, you know, we can ad-lib actually a little bit and try different jokes, and we try different lines and come up with stuff that you do, you die. That's a great new one.
Was that an
right?
ad-lib? Was that in the booth?
No,
like
that wasn't an ad-lib.
Okay, all right.
But how I said it was an
That was
ad-lib.
clearly in the moment you were inspired.
Yes.
Now, I read that you're an Eagle Scout, which is something you have to
Yes.
achieve before you're 18, right? Like, 'cause that's the cutoff.
Yes, 18.
So 18 years of your life, you got all the badges, you're done, and now you're a Scout Master as well?
Exactly.
So,
yeah, that's
it's
right.
a big deal.
You have to be, you know, invited to that echelon. You know.
So, but I mean, how has it changed? Because you spend 18 years, you get these things. Now you're taking these youngins out. Is it still the same old Scouts? Are there new badges? Is there new craziness?
Yeah, there is. You know, in this day and age, there's a video game merit badge now.
What?
No joke. They just came up with a video. I was like, doesn't that go against?
Yeah, like, how's it gonna-
even the Wii says like, go out and take a break. You know, how about go earn some merit badges?
Right.
Like the video game merit badge. It's like,
That's crazy. Is there like a social networking badge too?
there
or
probably
something?
is a Twitter badge.
I love it, yeah.
You know, it's like.
That's helpful. When you're in the forest and a black bear's about to maul you, you can like it on Facebook.
Yeah. No, I always have to tell my scouts, put away your iPhones, put away your phones. No iPods on this trip, okay? We're gonna enjoy nature. And then I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah, no.
It's like, I can't. Well, I'm the leader. I have to have.
You have to for
I have to call
organization and
911.
safety, yeah.
But you know, Mr. Heater, we don't have any reception out here in the Cascades. It's like, oh, you know.
I'm the guy that would download the Nature Sounds podcast and put it in while hiking through the forest.
Yeah.
Oh, it sounds so real. You've also you speak Japanese. We were just chatting a little bit about going to Japan.
Yes.
Is Napoleon?
We are
Does
here,
Napoleon
as you
have
can
a?
see.
Yeah, we've kind of arrived.
We made it.
In a low-budget Best Buy version of Tokyo. But is Napoleon big over in Japan as well?
You know what? Actually, it's not. I don't think yet. Right? No,
is that
awesome.
a warning to the Japanese people?
Is that a warning? No, it was awesome because I traveled there a few years ago, you know, and it was really nice because I could walk around, and the only people who recognized me were Australians and like Germans.
Really?
So, yeah. It's all the few, you know, people walking around, and so I got to enjoy some anonymity there. But
when the Germans do a Napoleon impression, is it very angry sounding?
It's
it
it's easy because Napoleon's always fun. It's just like whatever the nine, you know, it's just like nine. Oh, like sprechen Deutsch. What is the German equivalent of that?
Super aggressive German Napoleon Dynamite fans.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. But they have when they came out with Napoleon over there, they called it. They had this famous movie called Densho Toko, which is the Train Boy. It was this popular movie there.
Mm-hmm.
So going off of that fame, they're like, well, we'll push it, and we call it Bus Suotoko, which means bus boy, because he's
So
the boy
Napoleon's
who
the
rides
bus-
the bus.
that buys the bus.
Yeah, but nobody's seen it.
Yet. Remember
Yet.
that. Yet. And if you don't see it, I was going to shout at them in German, but I know not.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
I
But
will.
now we're animated, and that's going to appeal more to the Japanese audience, right?
Love it. You sold me, good sir. It's a really fun series, and it's such a pleasure to meet
Thank
you,
you
John.
very much.
Thanks for coming on the show. John Heater, everybody! Napoleon Dynamite premieres in animated form Sunday, January 15th on Fox. You got to stick around. We have a very athletic epic fail, and it's coming up right after this. You're the sexiest woman in basic cable, Candace Bailey. Yeah.
Don't be jelly of my sexy moves.
Coming up tomorrow on an all-new Attack of the Show. Aldous Hodge from Leverage will be here to show us how he pulls off those crazy heists. Then in Game Break, we preview some of the newest games of 2012, including UFC Undisputed and Mass Effect 3. And Sarah Underwood hangs out with pro skater Rob Dyrdek as he kickflips a friggin' car. See it tomorrow.
It's time for today's epic fail.
Ah, yes. This year, the Olympics will take place in London, I'm told. But I don't think this guy will be there. I would watch that more than the actual Olympics. If there was just a fail Olympics, I mean, I guess that's our show, but
That is our show. The
pretty
pommel horse
amazing.
wins.
yeah, his face loses, though. You got to tell the kids at home
Yeah,
the straddling the beam story.
Well, not on purpose. When I was in
bet.
gymnastics, I used to, do leaps and jumps and whatever. And I don't know.
Way to boil down that entire profession.
On the beam, and I don't know how many times I just went and just straddled it over and over again. I noticed Kevin is getting a gray hair.
Made it sound like I'm getting a new car. You made that seem exciting.
He has.
I did turn 29. Thanks to our guests, John Heater, Sarah Underwood, Chris Gordis, Kachoba. Cups starts right now. Good night.
Let's get a zoom of that.